Although the following three unsolved mysteries are not murders, they're equally as creepy. Number 1. The Phantom Barber. Someone going to your house at night, and then taking your hair while you're sleeping. That seems stranger than fiction. However, it is true. It happened in the town of Pascagoula, Mississippi. It all started on June 5, 1942, when the Phantom Barber first started. He went to the house of two young women and cut their hair. He escaped out the window, but not before the girls saw him. They described him as sorta short, sorta fat, and wearing a white sweatshirt. The barber's reign of terror went on throughout the following week. He continued to take hair, and one time he even broke in and assaulted a couple with a heavy iron bar. However, the barber did leave behind some clues, such as a sandy footprint and blood-stained gloves. Despite the evidence, efforts to catch him have failed. During his final invasion, he knocked out a woman and took her hair. 2 months later, the police convicted a 57-year-old chemist named William Dolan. They found hair stashed in his house, and one piece of hair was said to have belonged to one of the victims. Despite the conviction, Dolan was set free as he passed a lie detector test and proved his innocence. Now, one question remains. If it wasn't William Dolan, then who was the Phantom Barber? Number 2. The Black Flash. In October 1938, the town of Provincetown, Massachusetts, was haunted by the Black Flash. The Black Flash was described as an impossibly tall, impossibly fast human-like creature who appeared dressed in all black, with a black face, pointed ears, and silver eyes. Basically Slenderman, except without all the facial features. He was also said to jump high and move incredibly fast. It terrorized the town for 7 years, randomly jumping on people. It kept haunting the town until 5 kids poured boiling water on it and scared it off into the woods. That was the last sighting of the Black Flash. Who or what it was is still anyone's guess. Number 3. The Whistler. In February of 1950, 18-year-old Jacqueline Cadell began hearing whistling sounds out of her window while she slept in Paradise, Louisiana. She kept hearing these sounds for days, until she announced her engagement to State Trooper Herbert Belson. After she made that announcement, the whistling sounds changed to funeral tunes and blood-curdling moans. Cadell also began to receive death threats from phone calls around this time. Many people grew interested in the case, but they couldn't catch the Whistler. Cadell's harassment continued to grow and grow until she collapsed at work upon hearing the Whistler's tone. Jacqueline's harassment continued to grow and grow until she collapsed at work upon hearing the Whistler's tune. The Whistler also seemed to follow her as she heard whistling sounds when she stayed with relatives. The Whistler had threatened to kill Cadell if she went on with her marriage. However, Cadell got married to Herbert Belson, and nothing happened. The Whistler's motives and identity are still unknown.